Well, if we weren't off by just a few days, Bitcoin officially is above 100,000, specifically $101,348. What's behind the move? Will this move sustain, or will we see a pullback below 100K? We'll have that conversation. We have some news on Donald Trump. Trade deals are being signed. People are optimistic. We have a new pope that's been elected. Is that the real word? Elected? Anyways, we're going to talk some altcoins. We're going to talk about Avalanche and what bill Arizona did pass in regard to Bitcoin and crypto. We have that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency content. We take old, boring, stale information, throw price predictions at you, nail those almost all the time, just on a different timeline. We do this all in a fun and sexy way. How y'all doing? Isn't it a great day to be in crypto? Your portfolios are green, ETH is over 2K, and well, we're only about $6,000 away from a new all-time high. When do you think that all-time high hits?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Probably next week.
Yeah. Think so?
We were off on our price prediction of 100K by last Friday by 6 days. And so not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. Let's start here. So this article reads, Bitcoin reclaims $100,000 and Standard Charter analyst now raises the quarter two price target. Interesting what they said here as my computer decides to lie. I got the most perfect time. Beautiful. There we go. And I thought my beautiful highlights were gone. Okay, so a bullish momentum continues to build up. Jeffrey Kendrick, which is Standard Charter's head of digital assets, has updated its quarter two price target for BTC in an email to clients on Thursday. He apologized for previously predicting that Bitcoin would top out at 120K, now admitting that the target may have been far too low. He also maintained that 200K by year end is still in play for Standard Chartered. Yeah. Rob, what do you think on this move? And let me pull up a BTC chart. Bitcoin took a Cialis this morning because this candle just popped one. We blew through 96.9, which was a key level. You see Bitcoin was knocking at that door a couple of times. It broke through. But I think the more important thing to keep an eye on here is on the bottom. We are seeing increasing volume on this move, which is what you want to see. Or if you ask yourself the question of, well, is this move going to be sustained? Is it real? Is it a fake out? You see increasing volume on a big candle and a big move like this. That tells us that this move is in fact real. Now, don't be surprised if we do at some point get a retest of that we'll call it $97,000. If we do, I expect that thing to bounce immediately and have a V-shaped recovery. But at current time, we are trading above $101,000. We've been saying it's only a matter of time before all the bullish narratives, the bullish news, and the actual bullish things that are happening. People are buying Bitcoin, right? MicroStrategy continues to buy, and everyone's like, well, why is the price moving? I think you're finally starting to see the lid on that pot start to wiggle its way off. And so
I want to say that I think you're missing out on the biggest news narrative here.
Oh, sorry. Please.
We got a new pope, okay?
I was getting there.
No, but this is huge. We should have let off with this one. Okay, and the reason I say that is the pope been elected. His name is Robert Prevost. And the thing is we got a community member named Robert Prevost as well. And so I bring to you the idea that the Pope watches our channel. He is from Chicago, so he is native to the United States. He is also a community member here for Sin City Crypto. So, Robert, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot on your plate. But if you want to do a little shout out, my boy, we had a Robert Prevost in the chat, right? Community member.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You
Don't
are
we?
reaching right now. That's
How
crazy.
am I reaching? It's the same name. It's probably the same guy. I mean, I'm not making it up, right? We do know we got a Robert Previous.
Definitely not
Now,
making it up,
perhaps it's a different guy.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But what's the chances of having the same name as the Pope, the Cardinal?
Can you cut his mic, Rocco? What is this dude even talking about? Ashley,
Hi.
let me get rid of him.
I'm not against the idea. Send him to the back.
It's a name.
Anyways, we have our crypto confessions today. As Ashley, I don't know how many she's picked. I don't know which one she's picked, but it'll be fun. And so we'll get to
Yay.
that segment in a little bit. How many do you have picked out today? Just curious.
We did 3.
3. Are they good?
What
Some
kind
of them are
question?
short, but there's
That's
a
good.
couple. There's good ones.
Some good ones?
Yeah, why not?
Will I be surprised by any of them?
Maybe.
Okay. I like that. I like
don't know.
surprises. All right. So I completely forgot the point I was trying to make. But yeah, congrats to the new Pope. Pope Leo is his papal name.
Community member. Hola!
Why are you giving him a round of applause? Why?
Because
Our community member was elected a Pope. Like, that's about as big as it gets, bro.
No.
Hey, do you know if the Pope is pro crypto? He likes Bitcoin.
Y'all don't believe me?
Where are you going?
Why are you taking my coffee, bro?
Where did he go?
I'm 3 coffees in.
Where
You're in
did he
time
go?
Bring my
out.
coffee back.
It's not the coffee. You know, it's
One
not the
In the
coffee.
morning, had 2 at the studio. You're
1 in
done.
the morning,
I'm cutting
then
you
you
off.
pick
Listen,
some coffee up.
it's
and
not
then
the
drop
coffee.
the
You're
coffee.
done.
Next
It's
thing
not
you
even
know,
gonna
you're
go
3
back.
coffees in. I'm ready
You're
to
done.
go.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm excited.
Okay, Rob, what are your thoughts on this Bitcoin move?
Oh Lord.
Bravos
It probably has something to do with the Pope being bullish on crypto.
is bullish in
Is
Ethereum.
this how today's show is going to be?
I don't know. Why am I the only one that's bullish on this, man?
Did you finally find a date on Tinder? Is that why you're so uppity today?
Look, man, don't make me.
Don't make him.
Don't make you what?
Don't make him.
Go ahead. Proceed. Proceed with the show. Proceed with the show.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
What's wrong with him? Jesus.
Dave, leave him alone.
Yeah, you know.
I'm
Come
trying to
on.
get his thoughts on the Bitcoin move.
Let's go,
And he
Dave.
keeps talking about the Pope.
Come on.
It's big news.
Big news.
I
Okay.
think you hurt his feelings, David.
Why? Because he got a Tinder date? There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's
No,
go.
I know. I don't know.
Okay, I guess we'll move on. Should be a fun show today. The president is giving us another hint, this time via video format. This is what Trump had to say. I think this was a press conference talking about his trade deal with the UK, which we'll get into some trade deal news. But this is Trump talking about the stock market.
You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. You know, if we get that. If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become.
Anyways, Rob, president of the United States, is out here saying, go out and buy stocks now.
I mean, he ain't wrong, right? At some point, the trade and the tariff thing subsides. We see that we got one deal from, was it Great Britain or England? Either way,
It was the UK, United Kingdom.
the UK. So they've come to a deal. We've heard over and over again that
United Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, we've heard over and over again that there's multiple countries or everyone's quote unquote, everyone's calling. They got so many calls from so many different
220 countries.
so many different countries. And so the thing is, this narrative is going to continue, and these deals are going to continue. And with that said, the more of this is going to happen. And you know what? NASDAQ's up almost 2%. It was like 1 point something percent today. Where's the NASDAQ's up 1.7. So rally out of the NASDAQ. Also, we saw a rally out of Bitcoin coincided. I think you're going to get a lot more of this indices running, a lot more of the general U.S. economy getting in the green. That's going to be off the back of these tariffs subsiding, deals coming in with different countries, and yeah, so it's going to be good, man. He's not wrong, man. Buy stocks because the U.S. economy is about to rally, and so you got MicroStrategy. I think probably one of the best performing stocks here in the next. Going to be in. What do you think, MicroStrategy?
Let's take a peek. What is their stock price?
It's up 20, or it's up 6.5% just on the day. And then, I mean, take a look at this. So you got here you got MicroStrategy up 6% on the day. It's up from $380 to $420. Just on the 5 day.
420.
Yeah, and then you look just this month it was down to $282. So in the last 30 days, MicroStrategy has almost doubled in price. Kind of crazy. And then you can even go back as far down as 230. Yeah, so 230 is kind of low. So
Guess what they're going to do, Robin?
They're
going to raise more money and buy more Bitcoin.
yeah.
Right? It's like the flywheel, the ultimate flywheel. Hopefully that flywheel doesn't have any cracks in the bearings. I do have a poll up. The poll is, will we ever see a sub 90K Bitcoin again? And 74% of people say yes. How would you cast your vote?
How many percentage?
74% of people believe we'll get a sub 90K Bitcoin again.
It's a lot. It's more than I thought it would be, right?
So yeah, me too.
I'm so bearish, man.
What is the time frame, though?
Ever.
A month? Ever?
Ever, yeah.
Once we clear that $150,000 Bitcoin, there's no way we go back down under 80. In my opinion.
Well, the number's 90.
That's what I'm saying, or under 90. We see $80,000 Bitcoin again. I genuinely don't believe that. Because I think what you're going to see is what we've already seen. When Bitcoin went down and hit 75,000 briefly, or 74,000 depending on the exchange, when it went down there, it was only down there for a very, very, very short time. And ever since then, we have just slowly grinded up, move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate. And here we are. It's been almost 3 months.
You think this is okay? So you think this is the blow off top? I'm not saying today, but you think this trend continues? Because we've had big moves, and then
look at the daily candles. Look at the daily candles on Bitcoin, and then look over the last 3 months. It's just been steady accumulation. It's exactly what you want to see out of Bitcoin. It's no dramatic. You've had some nice green candles, but I mean, it's just been slow, steady, sustained growth, man. Ever since we went down and put in that $74,000 Bitcoin price, right? We went down, and ever since then, it's a healthy move up, man. It's just higher highs ever since that low, and it's just nice, steady, sustained growth, right? Move up, we rally from 74 up to like 85, consolidate, move up to 90, consolidate. There you go. Look at that. That's exactly what you want to see. If it was big swings, that'd be different, man.
So that consolidation was 8 days. This was 8 days. This was probably 5 days, 4 days. And then yeah, I mean, like kind of Rob mentioned, you're seeing big moves and then maybe 7 to 10 days of consolidation, big moves. So literally just a slow grind up, which in my opinion is what we want to see. Obviously, you want to see a big blow off top, which I think we'll get. But I'm okay with the slow and steady grind up and to the right. And so, yeah, I think this is the real move. Again, I look at things like volume. I look at key levels that were broken. I think 100K, I've said this before, once we breach 100K, you're going to start seeing a FOMO rally. And I think that's what we're going to see. And you guys got to remember, Asia still is not awake yet. And so that's a really, really big market also. I do want to share this. This was posted by our friends over at Altcoin Daily. This is Michael Saylor at the Bitcoin for Corporations conference held by MicroStrategy. Now take a listen to what he had to say.
So what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin's the best strategy. The best strategy for what? The best strategy to create shareholder value, the best strategy to grow your company, the best strategy to make money for your investors, the best strategy to keep your company in business forever. What's the second best strategy? You could wiggle your nose and cast a spell and hope that you're NVIDIA. There is no second best strategy, all right? You've got one thing that's giving you a 56% a year for the past 5 years or so. So what is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin's the best strategy. The best strategy for what? The best strategy to create shareholder value, the best strategy to grow your company, the best strategy to make money for your investors, the best strategy to keep your company in business forever. What's the second best strategy? You could wiggle your nose and cast a spell and hope that you're NVIDIA. There is no second best strategy, all right? You've got one thing that's giving you a 56% a year for the past 5 years or so.
I feel like it was fitting to hear a classic Sailor rant about Bitcoin being the #1 strategy. He did say if we wiggle our nose and cast a spell, we could become NVIDIA. You want to try it out?
I am no magician.
Wow. Okay. This is pretty straightforward. Any thoughts you want to share on this one?
No, his normal, no second best, baby.
There's a second best.
No second best.
Before we move forward, I do want to give a big thank you. Did you grab your coffee?
I did.
Oh my God. I want to give a big thank you to the Starbucks person for not overloading the card. Just kidding. Well, a big thank you to our channel sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Legacy Academy and the Legacy Academy app that you can download on Google and Apple Play stores. Again, LGCT token has been live. It's about to go omni-chain, multi-chain, and well, you can earn it for free in the app if you take the quizzes and you learn about certain things like health, business, relationships, not drinking too much caffeine, and the health effects it can have on your body and your co-host as well. And so if you haven't downloaded the app, please do so. And big thank you to Legacy for bringing you today. All right. Let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll get into the crypto confessions, see what confessions Ashley has picked out. So a couple of things on trade. Now, the markets are rallying. As Rob mentioned earlier, he said, they're coming out here saying there's over 200 countries that are looking to settle with the U.S. on a good trade deal. And well, here's one of them. I believe this is the first official one. And someone correct me if I'm wrong. But President Trump officially announces a new trade deal with the United Kingdom. And we're seeing the markets move. And I'm not saying the markets are moving 100% because of this, but this definitely plays a factor into how the markets have been behaving and the rally that we're seeing now. And guess what? As more trade deals are announced, we're going to continue to see this. And you're going to see just an explosion in the stock market and in the crypto markets as well. And then the big one here, my friends, is China. President Trump, when asked if he would lower tariffs on China if talks go well in Switzerland, he said, quote, "It could be. Right now, you can't get any higher than 145%. So I think it's coming down. We're going to get along. It'll be a very friendly meeting." So I think that right there, it sets a ceiling for how high the China tariffs could go. And the markets, I think, are happy to hear that, which again, you see why the prices went up. With that being said, let's kick it over to Ashley. Ashley, it's your time to shine.
It's my time to shine.
It's our second week of doing the crypto confession segment. Ashley, for those that are maybe tuning in for the first time, what exactly is this segment?
You send in your confessions, we talk about them anonymously, and we talk shit about you.
Wow. What she meant to say is, you tell us your confessions anonymously, and we discuss it on the show.
Yes, that one.
Ashley, what do we have today?
So someone said, "Hey, I really like the segment, blah, 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 blah." But then Rob, David, and Rocco were mostly the ones that had their takes on it. So you guys shut up for a second. I got it. Oh, I own a property and vehicles, and they're paid off. So my investments in crypto are long-term gains. mostly to improve my property and make my life easier. I gotta admit, I spent money on stupid crypto mining games, thinking that they would pay off quick. One Telegram miner, lots of things that they spent money on. That's their confession. And my takeaway is if you have enough extra money to blow, stupid Telegram mining bots. Question mark.
So he's asking. Okay, sorry. You told us to be quiet. Go ahead.
I don't know anything. Okay, this one I can't speak on because I don't know anything about the Telegram mining bots, but it sounds stupid in my opinion.
Okay.
So I don't really know.
You kind of nailed that one. I would say Telegram mining bots is probably
what is it?
Something I would stay away from.
I don't
What's
even
the
know what that
Telegram?
is.
Yeah. What is that?
Do y'all know what that is?
Well, I mean, you got Telegram, which is crap, and then you also got bots, which are full or just infested Telegram. And then some mining. I'm just kind of doing the three together, putting together. It's
Wow.
I don't know, man. I would stay away from that. No, it's just like if someone told you like, hey, man, I got this great way to make money. All right, so I know this girl. She works at a strip club. What we do is after she gets off work, we pick her up, and then we just got to drop her off. Like, it's a bad idea. Like, everything about it's a bad idea. It's just full of just dirtiness. And so,
shout out to you though for having really no overhead. He said he had his car and his house paid off.
Period.
If you're in that position,
yeah, taking a risk.
yeah,
On
you could
Telegram
definitely
mining bots.
Well, not Telegram mining bots, but you can definitely take some risk. Just don't buy any GALA.
All right. Somebody else said I paid $400 in gas fees to buy a $12 NFT. It was my first NFT. I didn't understand gas fees. By the time I realized it was too late, I now own a pixelized potato for the price of a weekend getaway. Now, why the hell would you do that?
Sliced potato. Look, I feel your pain, bro.
What the hell is a gas fee?
It's like a fee you pay for a transaction.
You know, I officially am in the profit in my NFT adventures.
No, you're not.
No, I bought an NFT for I think it was
You bought an NFT? What NFT did you buy?
the Larry one.
Oh.
Yeah, I bought it for I think it was like $50 or
Didn't someone offer you like 10x the value and you said no?
yeah, but then I still sold it for I think 3,500.
Wow.
Yeah, I sold it for like 1.5 ETH.
That's so cool.
I feel like spending a lot of money on a pixelized potato is quite.
You know what? I feel your pain, dude. When I was
But I'm glad I didn't hold it.
when
Even though
I-
I wanted to. It looked like Larry. But.
when I was stupidly in the NFT trenches, there was this one NFT mint. I spent 1 ETH on gas to mint 2 NFTs, and that was when ETH was at $4,400. What I will tell you though is, I don't know how long ago it was, but you can go back and amend your taxes that year and write those gas fees off as a deduction on your line items. And so,
Did you amend yours? I mean, that's
I have. I've gotten extra money back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money on gas fees.
I got a lot of gas.
Dude, my stomach is in knots right now. Ashley?
Okay. So this one is not crypto related.
Okay.
My best friend is married to the girl that me and 2 coworkers had a fun night with one night. I asked her for her number, and a week later, she asked to join me at a party. We got drunk, and she propositioned us for a fun night. My best friend was not one of the 3. He met her 3 months later and started dating. I told him what happened, and he didn't care. I still see him and her all the time. If only their 2 kids knew how bad their mom was. First of all, why are you shaming a woman for what happened before that they were together?
Okay, that's a woman's perspective. A dude's perspective is, if my boy Rob here and 2 of his buddies are having a fun night, I ain't gonna go marry the lady.
I mean, like, as I don't know on the man's perspective, but like, why does it matter what she did before that y'all were together?
Knowledge on the dude. You should have been like, "Hey, man, I don't know."
He
if
did. He said, "Hey, this happened," and the guy's like, "I don't care."
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He told them.
Man,
but
on that dude.
But like,
That's,
why? Hold on. But why are you gonna tell the kids? Like, if only their
Yeah,
kids knew.
I
Like,
wouldn't tell the
who
kids.
gives a hell?
No, no. You
Like,
don't
I
tell
don't-
the kid.
You know, like that's like pulling a Carfax. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one's been totaled twice, and it's not reliable, man. You know what I'm saying? Pull the Carfax. This one's already slept with 2 dudes
No,
at
no,
one time.
It's called the Hofax.
The Hofax,
She
whatever
was.
it is.
Listen, she was having a good time. She did her thing. Then she got married.
Yeah, but
Who
to the guy's
cares?
best friend?
What do you mean? Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
I mean,
Do you normalize sleeping with 2 dudes at once?
I don't do that. But
So there you go.
Bro, tell
But
your
if-
homie,
okay.
look, man, the best thing to do is just try to sleep with her again and end it. You're doing your friend a favor. But yeah, that to me, that's a no-go. Rocco, any wisdom you like to impart?
Yeah,
to
the
your-
only relation
please.
I can see about crypto on the and she went 2x.
She 2x. She 2x her portfolio. She 2x her portfolio. Okay. That was an interesting one. You got any more? Or that it?
I think that was all I favorited, but I think
Okay.
there might be another one somewhere. I don't know.
Interesting. All right. Well,
Yeah.
can you put the email? Can you drop the
Yes,
email?
if you would like us
and-
to talk shit about you, please send in your email.
So put the email in the chat. We'll pin it to the top. And so basically, if you want to join that conversation, you got some funny stories or something interesting to share with us, crypto related, preferably. But if it's not, throw it in there. There you
I
go.
like the non-crypto related ones. They're fun.
They are pretty good.
Yeah. OFAX.
Can y'all favorite that? Or
Pin it?
that?
Yeah, I'll pin it to the top. I'm also going to end the poll. Will Bitcoin ever be sub 90K? 69% yes, 31% no. I think the barrier for me to vote never under 90K again is like 130K, 125 to 130K. I think even a big pullback or a bear market at that point, I don't think we go under 90K again. And so my vote is a no with an asterisk. Asterisk. Anyways, Rob, please let us look over the
Did you
market.
say let Allah? Let Allah into your soul and tell us.
Bring it in.
I pray to Allah. Let's go. All right. So we got Bitcoin, 101,000. Also, ETH is over that $2,000 mark. Finally.
No, the last time, at least ETH is consistent. The last time Bitcoin crossed 100, ETH was also at 2K.
Wow. There we
Gotta
go.
give credit where credit's due,
There
bro.
we go.
I guess I'll work on my second
$10,000 is around the corner for ETH. It's right there. Almost. Smell it. All right. So you got Brett up 40%. What is my big takeaway from this?
You just gonna skip?
Biggest mover is Brett. We'll go down the list, but the biggest mover here is Brett, right?
How about
What
you?
is Brett? Number one meme coin on
Base?
Base. Now, there are some other meme coins in
Base
here.
is exploding, by the way.
Yeah, there's other meme coins in here. You got Pepe, Dog with Hat, all in the top five.
Robin, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the top 6 top gainers are essentially meme coins, right? Brett,
yeah,
Pudgy Penguins is a
yeah.
freaking
Fart
meme coin.
coins up there as well.
Fart coin's a meme coin. Dog and then Pepe. The only one is Virtual's Protocol.
Yeah,
So,
we'll get to virtuals in a second because there's a lot to talk about there. But I just wanted to point out your biggest mover is on Base. This is something to pay attention because I think the Base ecosystem, everything on it is about to rally. So pay attention to what's going on Base. If you don't, you're going to sit back and be like, damn it, man. Because it happens all the time, man. A certain sector will run. It'll be AI. It'll be gaming. It'll be RWA, whatever it is, DeFi. These meme coins, they all rally together. Look, there's 5 meme coins in here. Right there in the top 6. And so meme coins are rallying. So pay attention, man. Pay attention.
just because you're talking about Base, Rob,
Dude, I'm telling you.
hold on, I'm going to show you something.
We're gonna keep highlighting Base projects because I think in the next 2 weeks you're about to make a killing on Base. So I would highlight Base as far as as things to take an eye out.
Daily deployments has skyrocketed since the beginning of May.
What
From
else are
ha-
you looking at on Base? Like from
From-
someone that wants
Robin,
to
hold on. Daily deployments from May 1st to now, from 500K to 4.6 million in 8 days.
Sorry,
That's
what is
daily
the daily
deployments.
deployment of what? Sorry.
Tokens, contract.
Okay.
So transactions right now, they're coming in at around 6.8 million a day on average. And so, yeah, Base is exploding. And so, yeah, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was trying to start.
but I'm just curious for someone that's okay. Entertain my kind of thesis here.
Mm.
If I were to tell you everything on Base is going to 5x,
Yeah.
where are you putting money at? What are you trying to identify? Is it the DeFi plays? I know we talked about that last week. I know we talked about aerodrome. There's also what other projects or what other sectors are you trying to get a position
AI.
on? AI? What AI plays are on base?
So the biggest one is virtuals.
Which is number 2.
You have stuff like D-King. You have AI on 5100. You got a bunch of plays, right? And some are more higher risk than others. But if you want more, and you can, an easy thing to do here too for the people watching, maybe like, okay, I'm bullish on base. I just don't really have the time to really dig in. Go to DeFi Llama and then just go to base and you can see what are the top protocols and projects, okay? So here's DeFi Llama on base. The number 1 project on base that has the highest TVL is Aerodrome at 894 million. Then you have Morpho, AAVE, Uniswap, Moonwell, Cygnus, right? And so I'm not advocating for really any of these outside of maybe Aerodrome, AAVE, and maybe Morpho. But you can do this and you can go through, and the majority of these have tokens that you can buy and essentially have access to. But for me, I'm bullish on AI on base. I think base, and I wish I had that mindshare chart. Base really, really grabbed a lot of market share when it came to the first run in AI, going back to October of last year through January of this year. So for a solid 3 months, Base was the premier blockchain L2, L1 combined to go to launch AI products. And a lot of that had to do with Virtuals Protocol, which is the number 1, in my opinion, the number 1 base play you can have is Virtuals Protocol, especially if you're bullish on artificial intelligence. But $3.27 billion of TVL on base. And again, the beauty of it is base does not have a token. So if people want access to base or they want to be exposed to base, guess what? They're going to have to go into their ecosystem. And that's what people are doing. And so I'm super bullish on the base ecosystem. A lot of my AI portfolio lives on the base, on base. And again, the majority of that is Virtuals Protocol. But to answer his question, what sector? To me, it's AI. And I think it's going to continue. It's when you see one project or one L1 or one L2 really grab a lot of market share, and then you start seeing the other L1 and L2s try to throw their hat in the ring. We're launching AI agents too. Or, hey guys, look, we're working with this AI company, or we're trying to onboard these AI people, or we're spending money to bring agents to our platform. They're a trendsetter, and people are continuing to build on base. And so I would recommend having some sort of exposure to base products or base projects, I should say. And for me, mine is Virtuals Protocol and everything that goes along with it. And so shout out to those of you. This thing was at 50 cents 3 weeks ago, Virtuals. And it's about to break $2, I think, very, very soon here. So, yeah. But to finish where Robin started, we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about ETH, XRP up 5.6%. Out of the top 100, Cardano and Doge, ETH, Cardano and Doge are the biggest gainers. And although Doge might not be in the top 10 of overall gainers over the last 24 hours, we are starting to see meme coins move. Now, what does that say? Does that say that retail is back? I don't think so. I think if we started seeing 2Xs in 2 days, I could potentially say retail is back. But you're starting to see the markets and investors be more comfortable going more risk on. And so this is the part where we start seeing blow off tops, and you start seeing these solid projects that have been accumulating for a very long time start to really rally. One that interests me is Avalanche, and this thing hasn't really had a big rally yet. And let's take a peek at AVAX. Let's take a look at the chart. This is AVAX on the daily. So let me get rid of this. Let me clean up this chart here. And let's throw this on. No, not this one. Let's throw on our. There we go. Okay. So this is pretty bullish. This is AVAX on the daily. We've officially broken above the cloud. Now, the important thing is, are we going to stay above the cloud? We've broken above. We want to close above, but everything else looks fairly bullish. We did just get a crossover of our 9 and 26-day moving averages. And so, actually, we need them to recross back over. So we need our blue line to be above our red line, and currently our conversion line is trading below. We want to see that flipped. But on the market cipher B, we did just get a green dot on the daily, which is very bullish. And with this move, we are seeing a spike in volume. So for me, the key level for AVAX is going to be to hold above $20.54. If we can build some support on top of, we should see a big rally. The first big level to clear, my friends, is going to be around $23 even. But since we're talking about AVAX, there is a lot happening on the network. I'm going to share some metrics with you. So AVAX price eyes breakout as price holds steady amid long liquidation pressures. On-chain activity, whale transactions, and network usage are increasing. Market participants are closely watching for a technical breakout above the $27 level. We take a look at this posted by Amin, which is the co-founder of AVA Labs. Activity on C chain is going parabolic. Yes, it is. We take a look at stats from Nansen. Speaking of parabolic, active addresses have absolutely exploded from 29,900 to 287,000. Transactions have also exploded. Just 2 days ago, 211,000 transactions to now 723,000 transactions. That's a 3x. And so AVAX on-chain is moving, and I think the price is going to catch up. Rob, are you a little surprised to see Avalanche hasn't really had a massive rally? ETH is up 15%, and I think AVAX was up, what, 11%? I guess that's not too far off.
I think
but it's still under $25.
Been on it, man. And remember, this was something that was at one point, I think it was like a top 7 at the kind of the bear market. During the bear market, it was creeping up to top 5. And this is something that's fallen outside the top 10. This is one of our community favorite projects. And, a lot is going on there. They also do have an ETF application. The gaming sector is probably their leading vertical, or at least as far as users go.
I could argue RWAs are.
No, I agree with you that, but I'm saying from a user standpoint. And so transactions, maybe the transactions are represented by RWA transactions. I would just assume gaming has got a lot of the transactions going on. Now, perhaps the better future, or the thing that you might want to hang your hat on, would be the RWA narrative. I don't know. Also, there's a very strong stablecoin narrative there. So it's a fast stablecoin play. It's something that's plugged into the Cosmos SDK, which easily plugs into the Ethereum network as well. So there's a lot going on there. A lot of cross-chain interoperability, stablecoins, gaming, RWA. It seems to be hitting on all verticals there. The only thing is just it hasn't had a big price rally, a big price movement, but transactions have shot up. I would keep a close eye on Avalanche. I would expect to break out anytime soon. And then also, you're showing the charts there, and it's kind of lining up that way. I wouldn't be surprised to see that big breakout. It was at about $39, $40 a few months ago, or about 4 months ago. So we're going to keep an eye to see if it gets back above $30 and closer to that $40 range. So.
Robin, C's Crypto said, didn't Rob do a big buy on AVAX at $33? What was your entry when you did your?
Oh, I bought it at $38.
38?
I know my last buy was at 38, but I had already started purchasing prior to that. I bought prior to $30.
What's your cost basis?
It's probably around. I haven't looked at it, but if I were just to estimate, I'd probably be sub 30. I know it's sub $30, and so I'm red. I'm red on the portfolio, so I'd probably say somewhere between 20.
Are you worried?
$27.
Are you worried?
Not at all.
Because a lot of people are watching, and maybe they did the same thing. Maybe they bought a big chunk at $30, $32.
The thing is you're not going to nail the tops and bottoms. And, I was dollar cost averaging on the way up. And so I kind of started ramping up my buys on the back end. Also, you got to think, when I bought, I also shifted some crypto around. So I sold.
What'd you sell?
I sold like some Cardano, just kind of balancing around, just moving stuff around. And so I was up on one asset, but then I moved over to Avalanche, And so it's not like I missed out, right? It's not like I missed out huge. I do think that Avalanche has underperformed a lot of people's expectations, myself included. So maybe in hindsight wasn't the best move, but I still believe in it long term. I'm not panicking. I'm cool. I'm just gonna hold steady and hold fast. I did the same thing last bull market cycle. I bought Cardano on the way up, right? I bought Cardano at it was sub 20 cents. I don't remember exactly. It was in the teens. Then I bought it 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, 80 cents, $1. Bought it $1.30, $1.50. And then my cost basis probably was around 60 cents. And then, you know what? I sold a good chunk or took profits there. And throughout that accumulation process, there were pullbacks. And so when it got up to that 70 cents and pulled back, and then got up to the $1 and pulled back down to 80 cents, like there was constant pullback. So there was always this kind of lingering thoughts like, oh, did I miss out? Should I have bought at a different time? Like you're never going to time tops and bottoms, but I just held strong because I believed in the community, believed in the project, and it paid off in the long run. Feel like I'm doing the exact kind of thing this bull market cycle, just buying a premier AAA asset here that I believe is undervalued for altcoins, and I'm just going to hold steady. And so, I think that's a great value right now. Cost basis right now, if you bought, would be lower than my entry point, and I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold for the long term there. So.
I want to give a big shout out to my boy Crypto Billy. I know Billy said this, and so I will repeat it. But he said he had bought BitTensor. Billy, I think you're 2x on your position now, my friend. Look at this chart. BitTensor has exploded from a low of $167 to $415. Don't laugh, but I think BitTensor can get to between $3,000 and $5,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you look at how many tokens are circulating, it's less than BTC. Let's take a peek. BitTensor circulating supply 8.75 million. 8.75 million. So it's sitting at a $3.6 billion valuation. I think this thing can get to 100. I really do, as long as AI narrative continues to stay hot. Ashley, do you have any names? Any people you want to welcome or shout out? Or
I was not paying attention to names, honestly. There's a girl named Erica in here. She might be new.
Hi, Erica.
I like the ladies.
Okay.
We have an Ashley James. Love her already.
Hi, Ashley James. We love you already.
That's kind of all I got.
Okay. Shout out to the ladies.
Yeehaw, ladies.
Yeehaw, ladies. Yeehaw, ladies. Don't have too many fun nights. Couple of super chats. Muhammad 999 said unban ES. I think he's already unbanned. ICP to 5K. And then CritCat said virtual's target for the cycle. I think 10 to $15, 12 to $20, something like that. 10 to 20. We'll call it 10 to $20. As long as AI stays hot and the team continues to ship products that are retail oriented, I think they can get there. That's not crazy. That's $10 to $20 billion. That's not some astronomical number. 10 to 20 billion. You had SHIB went to 44 billion. Hex went to 80. You're telling me the number one launch pad for AI agents on the number one chain for those AI agents and AI in general can't get to 10 to 20 billion dollars. I don't know. It's kind of asinine to me. I think that's a fair range for Virtual's protocol. What about you? I know you're a little more bearish than I am. You think
not
10
at
to
all.
$20 billion?
I'm not at all bearish on Virtual's protocol.
If Virtual's hits $20, I will buy. You already have a Rolex. Rocco, I will buy you a Rolex if Virtual's protocol gets to $50. I said 20, but I started doing math in my head.
Yeah, do the math.
And then,
he's like, $20, you don't deserve a Rolex, Rocco.
No.
The one that comes out
At
of
50,
from the
yeah.
the one from the dollar store.
Listen, bro.
Scratched up one.
I got it all mapped out. When I'm going to take profits and what I'm going to do with that money. I just had to do the calculations in my head. And 20
I'm waiting for the Daytona. Okay.
Got to be 50. 'Cause I'm not going to get you the cheap Rolex. It's going to be the expensive one.
Rocco,
Expensive. What is expensive for you? I don't know.
Rocco, when Bitcoin
Like
hits
$5,000, you can get a Rolex for
$5
$5,000.
grand. The
That's
Rolex.
the cheap one.
you cannot get a Rolex.
$5
for
grand
joke.
Rolex. I remember the one that were made. The one that were giving on the dash. What it was called?
You want to put your camera up there, Rocco, so people know?
There it is. There's my man right there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Handsome.
The new
Yeah.
Pope.
Hey, the new Pope is here. I'm not from New York, but hey, oh.
You know what, Rocco? When Bitcoin hits $35
Million?
million, I'll buy you
Okay.
a new pair of Jordans.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Yeah.
You're not getting shit. Actually, I will buy you.
Your rewards are so crazy, dude.
I'll take a Rolex.
Okay.
My rewards are
I
crazy.
want to see
Okay.
the fake Rolex. No, the fake.
Anyways, I forgot what we were talking about. We were talking about. Oh, I was giving a shout out to Billy for
so
for Bitcoin.
Virtual's
Oh,
protocol.
Yes.
So
Boo.
I
Yeah, it's okay.
was hesitant on how.
No.
Is that mine? Oh. I was hesitant on what Virtual's price was going to get to at price discovery. I saw it move out from outside the top 100.
Hold on. You literally call the top on Virtuals.
Yeah, I was like, hey guys, I think this is the top. Like,
No. This was in private conversation. He knows how much Virtuals I hold. He knows it's a big bag. He's like, I think $5, man. I pushed back on Robin. I thought it would get to at least 10 in the first one. And he said 5. And that's literally where it topped out.
your exact words were, no, you're wrong. And I was like, then you said, no, you're wrong. You said it twice. And then you were like, well, I mean, I think you're going to be wrong. And I was like, okay. And the funny thing is you told me before. You told me like 3 days before.
The funny thing is, I'm trying to give you credit and you're shitting on me. Thanks, Rob.
Well, I'm just trying to get some context,
I gave the context.
some extra context.
Yeah, thanks.
But anyways, I
Okay, so what do you think? So what do you think the next big run up?
So the way I looked at it was at price discovery, climbed into the top 100, essentially into the top 20. It was
No.
Was it?
No, it was not top 20.
It was close. It was in the 20s.
Rob,
it broke into the top 30.
It got to 5 billion. 5 billion, right? Yeah, I guess it's on the brink. You're looking at top 30.
That's what I'm saying. It was in
30.
the 20s. It was like number 20. It was like number 22. It had flipped Caspa. Caspa was also rallying. You had Caspa Virtuals. Virtuals had flipped Caspa. It was right outside the top 20. It came from the outside of top 100. And then I was like, that. And then I don't remember what happened, but it was NVIDIA press conference. They were talking about AI agents. And I was like,
Jensen.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's the top, bro. I'm like, that was the top. I'm like,
the top was when he signed the lady's boobs. Remember?
yeah, but I definitely at that point didn't hold much faith that it was going to continue, especially once it lost the $5 range. It was down to $4, $4.50, $4.20, and then I was like, yep, it's gonna pull back. I didn't know how low. I did say about $1 or something. It was gonna rebound, and it did a little bit.
It tanked pretty hard.
I think this is what I think is gonna happen, and you can hold. You guys can do what you want. Call me stupid, whatever.
Yep.
I think
You're stupid.
I think you're gonna see Virtuals go from where's it at now, like $1.60, something like that. I haven't looked at the chart.
I'll get you exactly right.
But
$1.78.
so $1.70.
8.
I think it gets up to $2.80,
Yeah, you're definitely stupid.
and then it pulls back to right around this range here. So I think it goes from 175 to 280, add another $1 to it, pulls back to that 180, 190, right around that $2 range. And then it hangs out there for a couple months. And then I would say come September, it rallies to $9, $10. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. Last time you weren't, so I'll just keep my mouth shut this time, I guess. Yeah, jinx my
280, pull back to $2. September, October, it's $9.50.
That was gonna Jesus. Okay, guys, want to share this? We hit this trade. So this was a limit order we set on the trading show. Which, by the way, the last few weeks have been pretty hectic at the studio. A lot of changes. So I just wanted to apologize for the inconsistencies of the trading show. But starting next week, I will be going live every Monday through Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Set in stone. It's going to happen. And so definitely looking forward to those. Why am I bringing this up? you should join our Discord. If you join our Discord and you get the VVIP trading access, you'll get calls like this, but not just calls like this. Let me show you what else our Discord members are doing. And by the way, it's completely free. You don't pay us anything to have access to the trading channels. So this is our trades that we put in, right? And I kind of give breakdowns, but you also get swing signals from the top traders on Buy DeFi. You get scalp signals of the top traders on Buy DeFi, and you can see all the wins. These guys are pretty rock solid. You get market analysis, you get updates, and again, it's free. All you got to do is click on Get VVIP Access, use our link to create a Buy DeFi account, which is amazing if you're in the US because no KYC, no VPN, and deposit $100 of your own money to trade. That's it. You don't pay us a dime. And then you click on Enter UID. The bot will verify you and you'll be automatically added and you'll start getting trading calls, trading signals, ideas, thoughts. And so highly, highly recommended, guys. I know a lot of TA people, they have a paywall to get in, which is nothing wrong with that. It's their business. But for us, we make our money from the exchanges. And so to you guys, we want it to be free for you. And so please join our Discord, get the trading access, and let's make some money with the trading. And so, yeah, just kind of wanted to share that. I do want to also share this. We're talking about RWAs. This is from Matt Hogan, the CIO of Bitwise. Real quick before I forget, so we had 10 gifted memberships, 5 from French Toaster and 5 from Poman. We appreciate both of you.
It's been a while. It's been such a long time. I want to say thank you. It's been so long, man.
Where's the other coffee?
There's that Dutch Bros over there.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I drank so much coffee, I had to at coffee breaker. Anyways,
you can.
We had
go pee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was more.
And no, it want to be make sure.
Oh,
It was
I want to make sure that we know.
EP times 3. So
What does that even mean?
no idea.
so
Hey, this
we
is fun.
are looking for some new whale members. It's been a while. And we got this fun whale animation. Bitcoin's over 100K. I know somebody's in the profit. Somebody can scrounge it up. Is it $20?
Scroungel it up, man. 25.
Oh, $25. Support the channel. Let's support you. I support you.
Thank you, Rob. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about Matthew. Matthew
What up,
Hogan.
Matt? What up, Matt?
Hoagie. I want to bring him back on the show. Stocks are going to move on chain much faster than people think. I know this has been your sticking point, is you think RWAs are going to take a lot longer. I kind of agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. But according to Mr. Hogan, in the last 24 hours, Robinhood announced plans for a service that would let Europeans trade U.S. stocks on Solana and or Arbitrum. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce gave a speech about allowing stocks to be issued, traded, and settled on blockchains. Superstate announced Opening Bell, which is a platform allowing companies to issue and trade tokenized shares on ETH and Solana. The train is leaving the station. What trend do you see here, Rob? Solana. I'm sure this is also Solana. When you think about that, right? We know the DeFi, we know the retail, we know they got a couple games, Star Atlas. We know VCs love them. Stable coins, yes.
Let me ask
But
you a question.
RWAs too.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm not
Is
trying to
Solana the perfect layer one for narrative?
Here's a question, and I'm not trying to be funny.
You're
I'm
probably
just
are.
a little curious. I'm pretty sure I know your answer, but I just want to double check. What is a better play at this moment? Is it ETH or Solana?
Let me take a peek.
I mean, you know my answer. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm just curious.
At current prices?
Yeah, current price. Like if you were to buy today, what do you think is better? What do you think is a better move? ETH or Solana? Because here's the thing.
Solana.
Like, I wouldn't even be mad at an ETH play right now because ETH is broken out, and I do think that against Bitcoin struggled, and I feel like this is going to be a big pop. I was going to come into today's show if we didn't have a community member, it would be elected as Pope. I was going to start off the show talking about I think that this might be the best time to buy ETH, but I still can't. I can't sell you on that. I got to go Solana as well, and I was just kind of curious to see where you landed.
Because
I think Solana's
look,
due for a big break.
a 5x on Solana is $800. A 5x on ETH is 10,000. I don't know. I'm going with Solana. Now, the one thing I will say that might benefit ETH over Solana is you're starting to see a lot of these state Bitcoin reserves like Arizona, Utah, yada, yada. The threshold seems to be $500 billion in market cap. And obviously, ETH is a lot closer to 500 billion than Solana is. And so if ETH crosses, it's essentially 2x's. It gets to $4,000. Now, along with Bitcoin, ETH is the only crypto that fits those standards, those prerequisites of 500 billion in market cap. And so could that be an edge that ETH has? And the
Don't
staking,
you think Solana could potentially catch up to ETH's market cap?
I mean, it's
And I don't mean it, I guess now for it to catch up to ETH's market cap, you're going to have a massive rally out of Solana. I'm talking about major green candles.
it's got a
and ETH has got to dramatically underperform.
it's got a 3x just to catch up.
Yeah.
It's got a 6x just to get to 500 billion. So, I mean, do I think it can get there? Yeah, but who gets there first? ETH. And if ETH gets there first,
But you see, I'm not even sold on it. I don't know.
hold
I'm
on.
on the fence right now.
You don't think ETH gets to $4,000 before Solana gets to 800?
I mean, yeah, ETH more than likely gets there. I don't think I wouldn't surprise me if Solana breaks out and gets to $800.
No, I think Solana 5 to 800.
I think this is what happens. I think that you don't see a $6,000 Ethereum, but you do see $1,000 Solana. Or I think, put it this way, Solana gets to $1,000 before ETH gets to 6. However time frame you want to put that in, I don't know if it's a year and a half, I don't know if it's 3 months from now, I don't know. But my personal sentiment, I don't see ETH get to 6,000 before Solana gets to $1,000. And I think that's just because there's going to be...
Wait. You don't think... so Solana gets to 1K before ETH gets to 6?
Yeah. And I think it's off of a massive surge in users, dApps, utility, RWAs, DeFi, gaming. I think just throw a crypto term out there. It's going to be built on Solana.
Man, I don't know about that.
You also got ETF. You're going to have venture capital. You're going to have dApps. You're going to have users. You're going to have DeFi, RWAs. You got stable coins. It's going to... The only thing that's not on Solana, you could argue maybe is gaming. And we haven't seen gaming yet. So, I mean, maybe gaming doesn't pop off this bull market. I think it does. I'm very sold on gaming. But
I got to do a poll.
And even then, there's still gaming on Solana. Just not a lot of it. It's not its bread and butter.
I had to do a poll because that's an interesting question. Does ETH 3x before Solana 6x's? That's a hard one for me. I don't know. I would say no. That's my initial reaction.
It's been at $250 3 times.
But that's still a 4x from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And ETH only has the 3x. Now, I know the market cap's a lot higher, right? It takes a lot more to move the price.
I'm just not seeing I'm not seeing a $6,000 ETH. I'm sorry, dude. That breaks its previous all-time high. That means the users, the use case, the gas, like just not happening. Not happening. So I don't know. This is my personal sentiment.
Okay. I got to pull up, please. I'm going to close it soon. I'm curious to get the community's thoughts on what you guys think is going to happen. And I do want to share one more thing. This was interesting here. So we know that Katie Hobbs from the Arizona governorship vetoed the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill. Well, she passed one Bitcoin bill. Arizona governor approves budget-neutral Bitcoin reserve fund. So kind of the same thing that the government is doing at the federal level. Arizona has taken a significant step in integrating digital assets into state-level finance with the enactment of House Bill 2749. Signed into law by Governor Katie Hobbs, the bill creates a reserve fund composed of Bitcoin and other digital assets without relying on taxpayer dollars. Well, Rob, how, you might ask, are they looking to buy or get exposure to Bitcoin? Well, let me answer that question that you so elegantly just asked me.
Speeding tickets. They're
No,
buying
no.
Bitcoin with speeding tickets.
Listen.
Because every time I drive through Arizona, I get a speeding ticket. It's that long, dumbass road.
That is very true.
and then it goes from like
You know what?
75 miles an hour down to 50.
20.
If they just took all the money generated from speeding tickets right there, I'm telling you, you're one of the largest wallets in Bitcoin.
You know, one time I got back-to-back tickets in 10 minutes in
In Arizona?
Barstow.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Cubs.
That's how they fuel that damn
How do you even
economy.
do that?
Outside
How
of
did you do
Phoenix and Tucson, it's all built off the back of speeding tickets.
It's not Tucson.
Buy.
It's not Tucson. It's Tucson.
So buy some Bitcoin with
Anyways,
my
can
hard-earned
I
money.
get to the point? Thank you.
Go ahead.
The bill directs the state treasurer to manage a reserve fund consisting of digital assets received
From speeding tickets.
airdrops,
Ah.
interest, and staking rewards. So it looks like the state of Arizona, the governor hired a autistic degen to sit in front of a computer and farm airdrops for the state. Interesting. I guess there's nothing to lose here. Maybe this is the Trojan horse, right? Fine, you can do it, but no money's going towards it. You want to do airdrops, staking rewards, cool. They do that for a year. Hey, Governor Hobbs, we just turned 5 million into 50 million. Wow, oh my God, maybe we should take some taxpayer money and put it in the pension. So that was pretty interesting. Any thoughts on that there, Robs?
What do you think about a Bitcoin orange police car? You know, that way.
What? That's Orange County.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the color, right? I mean, no.
Yeah, you know what else is
Generate
orange?
some revenue, man.
You know what else is orange? Oranges are orange.
That is correct. Can we get a round of applause for David?
Fire is orange.
He has matched his colors with the fruit.
I can't.
Also,
do that.
carrots are also orange. Yes. Congratulations.
Can you
Water's
do that?
blue.
That'll do it for the show today. Thank you all very much for tuning in. It was a pleasure to be here with everyone except the guy.
Orange.
Yeah.
Here.
Guys, ticket prices for the Bitcoin conference go up tomorrow. You heard what Nick said on Tuesday. They haven't even announced their biggest speakers yet. And if we know what happened last time in Nashville last year, as soon as it was announced, they hiked the prices up because people were just, they had FOMO on the tickets. So don't let that happen to you. Use the code OLA, capital O, capital L, capital A. You'll save 10% and you'll support the channel. Rocco. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. Make sure to come back tomorrow. It's going to be Forest Friday. Also, big shout out to our community member, Scott, who hit us up and said, hey, I'm in town. Can I come visit? We said, Scott, absolutely. My boy came in with an Ada shirt. We love you guys. Until tomorrow. Peace.
So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar.